What is up YouTube, Roger here with a reasonably quick video. I want to talk about the legacy mode and the new combat system which is being revamped. Basically Evolution of Combat System which is being revamped, as you can see in the beta servers. So firstly I want to talk about legacy mode. Jagex have posted an article on the homepage with a progress update on their legacy mode. With some pictures of what they've managed to do so far, and it's pretty impressive actually. It's really impressive. They basically have the fixed screen RuneScape back to the way it was. Like that's basically it, fixed and resizable for those that want it. And you can see the pictures on screen. They're pretty impressive, honestly, they really are. And it's cool to see how far it's come so far, and and how far it's got left to go. I mean, you can see from the fixed screen screenshot that it's the base thing is there, and the world map, sorry, the mini map is there, and that kind of stuff. But they've got to sort of tweak it to make it work with, like, just to make it fit in more, I guess. And but the base product is there, which is really cool, and it looks like they're making good stead with it. So it does look really, really cool. And for those of you that are looking forward to it, me too. I will also put a link to the news article in the description of the video with some of the pictures and the combat comparison table, so you can have a look through and see what they've done so far and what they plan on doing. And Mod Pips wrote an article about it. So basically what they plan to do is in April, Combat Improvements beta update, which they've already done. May release a current batch of combat improvements. June, Legacy Mode beta, and release the rejuvenation of PvP improvements. And in summer, Legacy Mode 138 combat calculation and special attacks with the grouping system and first batch of PvP content reworks, which is a reasonable timeline. I think it should be in the game by the summer-ish, if not, August, September, maybe October, and we'll be able to play through the Legacy Mode and the new combat system. So that's exciting. And the second thing is the new combat system that they're reworking in the beta. If you haven't been in the beta servers, I highly suggest you go there and check it out. It's really fun. For those of you that don't know, you have special attacks for various weapons, but I'm not going to show you that because you've already seen it. So it's not really that new. But they made some changes yesterday with some things that are quite interesting. And I'm going to list off some of the things that stuck out to me as a PvPer, as a PvMer, that I think you guys might be interested in. So, first of these things, well, the first thing that I noticed actually was that they've changed the way that when you hover over an item to switch, it feels quite invasive because the text with the name of the item is over the top of the actual item, so you can't see the item that you're clicking on, and I feel it feels invasive. Like, people, yes, the switching is still there and people know where their items are, but it just feels uncomfortable in a way. It's hard to describe, and it'd be kind of nice to have it put back to the way it was, or is currently in the live game, because it's a little bit intrusive, but maybe it's a bug, I don't know. But yeah. So the first ability, well, the things that I've noticed in the patch notes, which there'll be a link in the description as well, that have changed that I sort of want to touch upon, is Dragonbreath. Dragonbreath now takes off protection prayers. So if you're in PvP and you're fighting someone who has, say, Protect Magic on, use Dragonbreath, it'll knock their prayer off, kind of like the old D-Skim spec did. And it also has a longer range, so you can hit an NPC from several squares away, as opposed to just, I think it was 2, something like that, which is considerably more, of an improvement. But the arch that you hit NPCs in a multi-area is a bit narrower to make up for the longer range, but I don't personally mind. I didn't really use it in multi-way situations myself anyway, so that's all right. Um, One thing that I think will get a lot of Viragoers and PVMers, such as myself, a little bit, is the Phoenix necklaces now have a 1 minute cooldown. I guess PvPers as well, because PvPers used to use those. I know Pures used to and probably still do. Portents of Restoration now have a 15-second cooldown. I guess it's reasonable. Phoenix necklaces and Portents of Restoration were a little bit overpowered when it came to PVM and PvP and that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of glad to see those improvements, but they are a bit of a nerf. We also have a new ability called Siphon, which has been added. This level 20 Constitution basic ability leeches up to 10% adrenaline from the target if they have more than the user, and has a 1 minute cooldown. So basically, if you're in PvP and you're fighting someone and they've got more adrenaline than you, and they're about to use a threshold or an ultimate, and you want to stall them for a few seconds, use that ability. You get their adrenaline, and they can't use their ultimate for a few seconds, so it might knock them off guard a little bit. We have the Dragonfire shield has had its special attack re-implemented. For those of you that didn't know, you probably do. In the pre-EoC system, a Dragonfire shield, you'd be able to right-click, click activate, and then it would fire a magical fire attack at your opponent. And from what I've seen, we were testing this in Clan Wars a little bit earlier, and it seems to be really weak. It only hits like 200s. Maybe it's dependent on armor, but I had a ranged Dragonfire shield and I was in Pernix. So that's a little, unless it's constantly mage or melee based, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that's the case. But as it stands, where it makes sense, it looks quite weak. So that should be buffed a little bit, maybe to 1000, 1500, maybe max. That sounds reasonable. Barge no longer stuns and can be cast without a target, allowing it to be used like Surge. It basically works like Surge. I guess you could use it as an adrenaline stall at Virago or something, which is quite interesting. You surge forward. We tested this. You land in the same square as Surge does. So I can't remember how many squares Surge puts you forward, but we tested it side by side, and Barge puts you in the same distance square wise as Surge does. So it's practically exactly the same, and I guess it's alright. The one piece of feedback that I have mainly about the bank, this is actually in the live game, but I noticed it when I was playing on the beta servers. The wield, if you right click on an item like a weapon or a piece of armor, there's a wield option, and if you do it with bolts or something that you've got stacked in your bank, it'll wield them all. And I think what it should do instead is wield all but one, because it kind of messes with your inventory slots and your bank slots and the way you've got things set up if it takes them all out, and it's a little bit problematic, which is a tad annoying. But yeah, that's about it. There's news articles on the homepage, which I will link you to in the description of the video. They are well worth checking out, and there is a thread on the RuneScape forums, which I'll put the quick find code in the description of the video, with the patch notes to the beta servers. If you haven't already, get on the beta servers, test it out, and have a go for yourself. They are really good fun, and it's good to test content before it goes out because it allows you to give feedback on it to the developers, and potentially be your own sort of version of a QA tester. If you find bugs, make sure to write them down, report them, that kind of stuff. It's good for the development of the game, for the future of the game, and for the content that we want. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you in a couple of days. Cheers.